Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Lazy Admin, and in today's video we're going to talk about owncloud, that is a file sharing solution. But before we start, I really want to say sorry for not producing the content on regular basis because keeping up a YouTube channel with your full-time job, it sometimes becomes hectic. The thing is, I was involved in a couple of projects that required my attention. So making videos was really hard for me. So let's get started with the owncloud. Before that, I will give you a small overview of owncloud. Not all organizations are actually happy or to keep their files on the cloud solutions like Dropbox or Google Drive or Microsoft OneDrive, because they do not have control over those cloud somehow. So people want to keep their sensitive data on the cloud, share for sharing purposes. Well, actually, attaching a huge file with an email is not a solution, because all email providers actually allows you files to a certain limit. Plus, you cannot share files with the certain extensions that will be regarded as malicious files. So it can run code execution. So in terms, you require a better file sharing solution. Either it is on the cloud or it is your on-prem. So the one we are going to discuss right now is owncloud, and it is on-prem cloud solution. So the thing is, you can host this just like Dropbox, but on your premises, and it's fully secure, fully controllable, and a good choice to dive into. Well, before we start owncloud, we need to discuss about another thing, that is LAMPP. What is LAMPP? LAMPP is basically nothing but Linux, Apache, MariaDB, and PHP. So for LAMPP module, we are going to install it for the production, but developers do use LAMPP. There is a free tool called XAMPP. XAMPP is also the same thing, but it is for the development environments. It is not for the production environments. So developers install XAMPP because in one quick file you have all the installations in place, like Apache, Apache server, PHP, MySQL, all in one package. So XAMPP is released for Windows, Linux environment, and it's for Mac OS as well. But we are not going to install XAMPP. We will deploy LAMPP infrastructure. So let's get to our putty session and start installing LAMPP. Well, actually, a lot of guys in my office has asked me to create some videos about the basics of Linux. Well, my suggestion is there are like thousands of videos on YouTube that you can use to learn over this Linux CLI. Well, if you do find my way of teaching pleasing, so I can create a video out of it. You can tell me in the comment section, I can create a video on that. Right now we are going to install LAMPP. So the first thing, Linux we have, I am using CentOS 8. I can show you that Red Hat release. So you can see it's 8.0 and it's core. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install Apache server. So the thing I was telling you is that I am including all the basic commands while I'm doing the other activities while making up videos. If you look closely, you will find a lot of commands that would be helpful for you while troubleshooting or doing other stuff. So we are going to install HTTPD, that is Apache server. So yum install HTTPD. And this is as simple as that. It is going to install the Apache server. Things to consider while we are installing any service is we are going to start that service, status HTTPD. So as you can see, the Apache server is not running. So first we are going to start it. So I'm going to start it. Started, and I am going to enable it for next restart. So it has created a symlink, so it will start once the VM reboots. So this is all we have to do. another thing is firewall CMD. You have to enable, you have to add the port in the firewall because by default it's not added. Next thing is reload firewall. Okay, so we have installed Apache server, we have installed, we have enabled the services, and we have added the port in the firewall. This is all we have to do. Now the next step is we are going to install MariaDB. So let's get started with MariaDB. Yum install -y mariadb-server. So this is going to install MariaDB, and we will do a little things that we have done for the Apache server. We will do it for MariaDB, and then we will continue. Okay, our installation has been complete. So we are going to check the version of this one. Our distro is like version 15, and that is okay with us. So now we are going to start the service. Status MariaDB. It's not running. We are going to start the service. We are going to start the service. Yes, the service is started, as you can see. Now we are going to set MariaDB. So MySQL pure installation. Yes. I don't have any root password. I want to set root password. Yes. Password is going to be password because we are working in a lab environment. Remove anonymous users. Yes. Disallow root login remotely. Yes. Remove database, test database. Yes. Reload privileges. Okay, that's all we have. So now enable MariaDB servers. So systemctl enable MariaDB. So it has created assemblings, as you can see. So MariaDB is also enabled. So the last step, we are going to install PHP in here. So with owncloud, PHP 7.2 works fine. It supports 7.3 as well, but if you want to install 7.4, it will not work with owncloud. So by default, when I will install, it will pick up 7.2. So let's get started with that. Yum install, or typo, install -y php and php-mysql. So you can see here it's installing 7.2. So if you want to install 7.3, you have to enable a RAMI repo. I will include the links in the description and a method to disable 7.2 and install a RAMI 7.3, PHP 7.3. So now we need to test PHP. So we are going to do what we are going to test it. So we are going to create a test page for PHP, and we will check it in our browser that if it is working. We'll do vi. We are going to create a test page here, which will give us PHP info. This is our test page. Install and quit. Okay. Systemctl restart httpd. Apache server has been restarted. Now we are going to test it in one of our web browsers. So I will show you how I can do that. Let me get back to my Edge browser. I'll open up a new tab. 2.168.8.30. So okay, I don't want Bing.30. Okay, see, I've been running an Apache server on my VM. So I will write test.php. Here you go. You can see 7.2.24. So this is all we have to do. So now I'm going to remove the test file that I have created. For that, I will get back to my putty session. Okay, so rather than vi, will do rm, and we have removed the file. So there's no file in there. That's it. So we have tested out, we have installed Linux. On top of that, we have installed Apache server, we have installed MariaDB, and we have installed PHP. And we have tested our PHP also. So now we will move towards installing owncloud. That is actually a lot simpler, same like the steps we have done before. So we are going to install the owncloud. For owncloud, you are going to install some PHP modules. So let's start with them. EZ2, curl, GD, imagic, and all these. Okay, this one module I cannot find in rel 8 repositories, so I'm just going to remove that. If it's necessary, we will come back later and try to find out if we can find out the binary, and we can download the RPM package and then install it. So these modules have been installed. Let's move towards owncloud, and we are going to bring that owncloud repository to our Linux machine. How we are going to do that? It's RPM import and the path of the repository. So first we are going to import the key, and second thing we are going to install the server owncloud. Okay, we have imported the key. Now we are going to configure the repository, and it is going to add the repository. So we are going to install yum install owncloud-files. Okay, it's looking into all repositories, and it has found like owncloud server 10.4, and it has found it. Now it's going to install it. So when we put any package out there that we want to install, actually the Linux machine, it starts checking into its repositories, like CentOS 8 app stream or based repositories. So where it will find, it will start installing it. So some are not included, some RPM packages are not included in the base, so we have to add those repos. So as you can see, owncloud has been installed, owncloud files have been installed. So now we will install the RPM binaries for the owncloud. So this is the command. So you can see it will install the RPM binaries for owncloud. Before it has fetched the RPM binaries, now it will install it in the local. Yes, I do want to install, and please install. So you can see the installation has been completed. So now the next step is we are going to create a database, and that is simple steps, not difficult. Root password is password as we have set. So see, we are inside MariaDB. I'll create a database named owncloud. I will set a user and grant it privileges over this database. So I'm going to create a user and grant him permission over owncloud.db, and the username is OC user, owncloud user, and it is identified, the password is password. So we are going to hit enter in here. Okay, the user is created and it has been granted permissions as well. So flush privileges, and then we can quit. Flush privileges and we can quit. But so we have created a database, and we have created a user and given him all privileges over the database. So this was actually required for the owncloud. Actually, when we are using MariaDB or MySQL as owncloud databases, it's recommended to disable binary logging to avoid data loss when we are in load conditions. Then the server is loaded. So we are going to add something in our configuration of database. So I'm going to write a command echo -e. This is the configuration. It will find mysqld and it will add this into the configuration. Login, and it is like added here. So we are going to restart MariaDB services for sure. Start. So let's confirm that those binaries have been disabled that we wanted. So for that we are going to log in into the database and confirm that those binaries have been disabled. So now we are going to create a virtual host configuration for the owncloud. That is like same when you are hosting a website. So that we will quit vi/etc httpd conf.d, and we are going to create owncloud.conf. This is empty file because we are creating it. So we are going to create a virtual host, and it is working on port 80. This is our server name, owncloud.test.local. This is the root directory. I think I have not created the root directory. I will create it now, and this is where it will store the log of the this one, my virtual host, access logs and all that. So we are going to create a root directory, mk directory -p /var www.html owncloud. So it will create the root directory. You can see owncloud directory has been created. Okay, so we are going to test the configuration. Our configuration is right. Set the server name directly globally to suppress this message. Overall the syntax is okay. I've run the APACHE-CTL configuration test that we have done. It says it gives me a warning because the server name is not set on my server. So I don't care right now. It's a test for test purposes. It's for lab environment. So yes, we can set the host name and change host file. So it's okay. I'm going to ignore it. But if you want to, you can set it like host name ctl set and host name, and put your host name, whatever your host name is, you can put it. Okay, no worries. So we are going to restart the HTTPD service. So HTTPD is restarted, as you can see, and SLNX, if you are using it, then you have to add the context into SLNX. If you are not using it, then disable it. Make sure it is disabled. So I will include the SLNX command in the description if you are using. This is the final configuration. Now we are going to run the owncloud. So we are going to test out our owncloud server. We'll head to browser, and you can type in name or you can type in IP as per your configuration. So I will type in IP because I didn't set my host file. So I'm going to 8.30/owncloud. So as you can see, the owncloud is totally set up. The thing is, if you face an error while you are searching owncloud, trying to open the owncloud, is that you get error 500. So the thing is, you have to go back to the step number 2, that is the prerequisites for owncloud. I was missing few, and I will include it in the description while we are installing. I will include it. You can go and check it out. So by the way, I will show it here as well, so in case we do not confuse it. So here you see php-mbstring, and these all were the prerequisites for the owncloud server. So that's it, folks. I have completely installed owncloud. That was actually quite simple. So I'll take you to the browser again once more. So we had a user root and the password was password. It will ask you to set up for the database. We set the password as root and password is password, so it's okay for us. So here it is. So you want to attach any file, you want to share any file, just you can do it as simple GUI as like the Dropbox or any other cloud vendor out there. So if you like the video, give a thumbs up. Please do like and subscribe my channel, and I want my channel to grow up. So here we can see the products in OwnCloud. Oh, sorry, we can go to the download, and here you will see download the OwnCloud server. So basically you can download the OwnCloud server as it is. So I'll show you. You can give username, sorry, your email and blah blah stuff, and they will send you an email. Or you can see here there are clients also available, just like you have Dropbox, and you have a Dropbox client on your Windows machine or on your Linux machine. So you can upload files from the desktop as it is, rather than surfing to the web and uploading the file. So similar way, OwnCloud does work the same way. So go ahead guys, give it a try. This is very simple, and for those who are looking for secure file sharing solutions, it's a good thing for them. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked this video. In case you want to have any other video that you will be interested in, you want me to make it, so I will do a research and I will make it for you guys. So do mention that in the comment section. Thank you very much. Signing off. Take care.